country women. That
In 5,
seeing it's kind of
4, 3.
I don't know, man. Hey guys, welcome into Game Day Every Day, man. Episode 37. Yes. Welcome back in, guys. We're great to be back. I'm Jackson Davis. That's obviously Tyler Gus over there. So yeah, I guess we'll just hop right into the episode, man.
All right. I guess we'll go off with
dude.
some basketball news, unlike last week. This week, obviously, we have the FIBA World Cup coming up. I mean, USA is always expected to win, but this USA team is not the same.
It doesn't have the superstars.
Yeah, it's not built the same as the past couple of USA teams. So they played in their exhibition game last Saturday, I think. And they played against Australia in Australia, of course.
Yeah.
Packed crowd. I think it was sold out and everything.
Yeah, it's a big event. I would want to go to a game.
Stadium was huge. I think they're playing in a rugby stadium.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Team USA 78-game win streak was snapped by Australia.
Oh my God.
98-94.
Like, really? That sucks.
And of course, Patty Mills with 30 points here, and I think Harrison Barnes with 20 points for Team USA.
I forgot Yeah, I mean Barnes.
That's how bad. That's when you know this team's a little rough. When Harrison Barnes.
Okay, but Barnes is a good player.
When Harrison Barnes in 2019 is on the Team USA team.
Yeah, no, he's the leading scorer.
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
I mean, that sucks. Yeah, it's just the upcoming stars. They're not superstars yet. They're blossoming into all stars and making a name for themselves. So
okay, but that's besides the point. What does this mean for Team USA basketball? I mean,
it shouldn't mean anything. It's a loss. I mean, I don't think they should be discouraged about it.
And sure, it's just an exhibition, but it kind of scares me in a way where, okay, well, we lost against Australia, and I watched the game too.
Yeah.
I watched it at like 5 in the morning.
Right.
And they looked like they were trying. It's just Australia was outplaying them in every single way.
Well, because I think Australia, they've watched. I mean, we've dominated them, right? So I mean, I'm sure they've watched. They
don't even have Ben Simmons this year. That's the thing.
They've probably watched so much film, looking at every player. They probably looked at the roster when it came out, and I'm sure they're very prepared for the game.
I mean, obviously Patty Mills was a big guy that
out.
stood
Yeah, for sure.
But Joe Ingles too played well. I think he had like 15.
Yeah.
Aaron Baines in the post isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Dante Exum played or not.
No,
I never really checked. But I mean, they don't really have a bad roster, so it doesn't concern me too much. But going against teams with like even
with NBA players,
with bigger superstars, of course, like Giannis on Greece and stuff like that, and
I think that would be more like
or Spain with like the Gasol brother. I don't think Pal's playing anymore.
Yeah, but I think that wouldn't be surprising to us. Would it be to you if they beat us like that?
I wouldn't be surprised if Greece beat us.
Yeah.
Now a team like Spain with like Rudy Fernandez, Ricky Rubio, the Gasol brother.
I mean, they're old, but those guys are really smart.
Yeah, they're smart, but we got athleticism, and that's kind of what helps us, especially when you got Popovich as coach.
Yeah, but see, I just don't think we have as much scoring as we did back in 2014.
You know, we don't have anything near the same team. I mean, we have, like I stated, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on our team. It's two guys who did not play well at all last year, in my opinion. So, I don't know. I wouldn't be concerned about it for the FIBA World Cup, which starts, I think, this upcoming weekend, which I'm pretty excited for.
No, yeah, for sure. No, I think we have Coach Pop, so I think he'll get him ready.
But I don't know if this is. I don't know if we'll win the gold this year. It just seems too concerning.
I mean, do you think we'll get? I think
we'll get a medal.
I think we'll at least get top 3.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a medal. We'll definitely get like bronze at least. Yeah. But I don't know if
we
win
don't, that's just disappointing.
But
it's more disappointing than the 014.
So what medal do you have them ending off on?
Silver.
Yeah, I think silver.
I think they'll make the finals and just lose.
Who do you have winning FIBA World Cup?
I want to be honest with you. I haven't really looked at the teams. I mean, that's like the only game I really watched is Australia. So, I mean, they beat us. So I think they're obviously a good team if they can beat us.
I'm going to go Greece. Not just because I'm a Giannis fan.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think I can't speak. I'm trying to formulate a sentence. I think Greece got a really good squad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, of course, Giannis, just seeing him play in the EuroLeague right now, or at least the Euros
he's dominating,
for basketball, he's playing really well. I mean, his Euro steps look incredible.
Yeah.
You know,
he's jumping from the free throw line and just
exactly, easily dunking
it in, yeah.
So, I don't know. I got Greece.
Yeah, but no, I think it all just comes down to shooting. If you can outshoot this team, this USA team, you can beat us easy because we don't have the shooting like we have had in the past.
There you go. So you heard it here. Greece. You got Australia winning it all.
No, I think I'll come back to it in the next episode. Like once I like
Once
get the
we've seen some
rosters,
FIBA games
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
All right.
To the competition we
Um,
have.
Next up is NFL and some really tragic news.
Very
A
tragic.
a show favorite,
Yeah.
might I say. A show favorite. We've repped this guy for
Yeah,
the past
dude.
year.
I've repped him, man, ever since Peyton Manning left. You know, I thought
6 years of drafting him in
successful.
fantasy, just down the drain. Andrew Luck has retired, and
from the NFL.
it was due to issues, obviously, with health, which we've seen
Yeah.
a lot of, and we kind of expected this.
Shoulder injury. God, we both can't talk today. Torn abdomen, torn this, torn that, surgery here. I think I can understand. And before he
No,
gets, before he eventually gets like CT or something.
Even
with his
hearing
head.
Rob Gronkowski talk about it today, saying that he just lost love for the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, he was in tears.
I've never seen Gronk like
I know,
that.
right? I can't see Gronk like
Nonetheless,
that. He's always a happy guy.
Nonetheless, I've never seen Andrew Luck like that. He just seemed really like I can't believe, like.
You know, and I'm not saying it's from all the like it's just from the fans, but I think that kind of hurt him a little bit too.
Oh no, yeah, and
But-
if you don't know what we're talking about or
Yeah.
you're not aware,
This past Saturday, yes.
during halftime it got leaked by Adam Schefter, I think, or
Yeah.
maybe it was Ian Rappaport.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was Ian Rappaport.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
On Twitter.
Yeah, he made the statement. Everyone freaked out, and apparently it was right before halftime or whatever during the Colts preseason game, and
And-
fans in Indianapolis started booing him,
Yeah, when they were walking back to the tunnel.
which I think is probably one of the most disgusting things I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and Colts fans usually aren't like that. They're pretty loyal.
First off, this man, Colts fans, you don't understand how privileged you have been.
Yeah.
You
Andrew
have had
Luck,
Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. Do you know how good of a
that's
Passover
great.
that
He's
is?
had Hall of Fame numbers.
now? It's kind of like Cowboys fans. I
Yeah.
don't think we appreciate that we had Tony Romo
Yeah.
to Dak Prescott.
Right.
So,
I think we'll eventually get to that. We'll appreciate Dak.
oh no, yeah, but we're not talking about that.
No,
right
no, yeah,
today.
I know.
So, but I don't think Colts fans realize how well they have it.
Yeah.
A lot of teams, like, let's say, my Jets,
Yeah.
we have not been blessed with any quarterbacks like that, and those are once in a generational
Right.
type talents.
I mean, even the Jaguars too. They haven't.
Andrew
had,
Luck had such an incredible year, and it's kind of sad to look back on that draft class because Robert Griffin III was drafted right behind him,
Yeah.
and obviously,
And they both went down from
obviously
injuries.
RG3 obviously had it the worst. I mean,
Yeah.
after first year, he was not the same.
Yeah.
But it's just really sad. And I mean, Andrew Luck, over the past 6 years, he's thrown 23,000 yards, 671
That's awesome.
additional
And
with that.
He almost made a Super Bowl because obviously Tom Brady beat him.
And
He almost made a Super Bowl.
it's up for debate, but Deflategate obviously happened that year.
for sure. But just imagine if he did get to a Super Bowl that year and possibly beat the Seahawks.
I think he probably
I-
would have.
Do you-
That was a well-rounded team.
Yeah. Do you think that would have put him in Hall of Fame conversations?
I mean, he obviously had a good ratio too, 171 to 83. I mean, that's a 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah,
that's not
that's
terrible.
good.
But I also think I wouldn't put the blame on him for his injuries, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, it's been a GM issue for the past couple of years.
Yeah, they haven't had a line at all.
They haven't had an O-line until last year. Last
Yeah.
year, they had an incredible O-line, but
Even
the
the-
years before that, hot garbage. I
Yeah.
mean, you had guys like Jack Mewhort. You had guys like,
Who?
I mean, Jack Mewhort was hyped up to be good,
Yeah.
but
No,
I mean, I
that-
can't even name anymore because
Yeah.
they just weren't that good. I
no,
mean,
but man, it does suck to see it because Andrew Luck was getting help. He was getting a team together, and it's just sad to see that he's leaving. But I think the Colts fans trust in their backup. What's his name?
he even put up those amazing stats with guys he's lost on the team. Think about
Yeah,
it.
right.
He lost Reggie Wayne. He lost Garcon at one
Yeah,
point.
mhm.
He lost. He's
All he-
lost a lot of people,
All he has is Ty,
and
and Ty's great too.
I feel bad for Ty. He's definitely
Yeah.
he's-
No, but
Jacoby Brissett's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
a solid backup.
they
Don't
have,
get me wrong.
They have great faith in him, so I think he'll be all right.
I think Eric Ebron will definitely get less targets this year, though. So
Mhm.
watch out for that on fantasy if you have Eric Ebron.
Solid playoff team this year still.
No,
No, not
they're a
close.
really good young team though, and I I think they'll recover easily from
Yeah,
this. I mean,
okay.
they got a really young defense. They got, I think, still like 70 million in cap.
Right. Yeah, that.
They didn't sign anyone in the offseason
Mhm.
except Justin Houston, I think. But
I just really hope that this doesn't turn into a Brett Favre situation where he retires, comes back and then retires
I mean,
again.
I could see him coming back.
No, yeah.
I don't mind if Andrew Luck comes
No,
back.
yeah, for sure. I'll be excited.
It's one of my favorite personalities in the
But
league.
now this will start. I don't know if we're not going to get into this, but this start controversy if someone needs a quarterback, Kaepernick or Luck, who you taking?
Kaepernick or Luck? I'll take Luck.
No, yeah, for sure.
I think
but I
Luck's a
think
better
that'll
quarterback.
start a lot of conversations.
Oh, no,
and
yeah.
more controversy in the league.
I mean, Kaepernick should be in the league over Nathan Peterman, but that's
right.
that's a different topic. But yeah, I think we're both just gonna say, happy for you, Andrew Luck. You know, congrats.
Live your life, man.
But yeah, shout out to you.
Yeah. Love you.
Also, what happened this past weekend? We had our first opening college football game on Saturday. It was Miami versus Florida.
Which is a good matchup for a good first game.
As we stated last week when we were going over the rankings, you can watch that if you want.
Yeah.
Florida's ranked number 8. I said Miami's going to make this game a really good game because I don't think Florida is strong enough.
No.
But
Miami always has the defense usually.
Yeah, of course. Miami has a great defense. Miami lost 24-20. Really,
Wow.
it was probably one of the ugliest games I've seen in a while, though. It was back and forth on turnovers.
Florida had 4 turnovers. Miami only had 1.
With Felipe Franks only throwing 2 of those picks, and then of course having one of the fumbles on a snap. Felipe Franks also had 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he infamously said on camera while he was on the sideline, "You don't mess with me."
Oh wow!
This is what happens when you mess with me.
Wow!
Right after that, he threw an interception on the next drive, right to the defender, with I think a minute left.
Yeah, wow.
It was incredible. I was freaking out. I was like, the college football's back. I was so happy.
Dude, that feeling that.
Yeah.
I love
it's
it.
fall. I mean, but
but you also got to look at the fourth down efficiency. Florida was 4 for 4 in fourth downs.
Florida went to I think most of those fourth downs were in the first quarter.
So they had a lot of
fourth
downs.
They went aggressive from the start. Now coaching wise, Miami a little less disciplined as I thought they would be.
Yeah.
But in terms of Manny Diaz, former Texas defensive coordinator, now the head coach of Miami, he did a pretty good job.
No, yeah.
For a whole new squad and not being that knowledgeable in offense, but still knowing how to tell the offense what to do and all that.
Right.
I think Manny Diaz did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, they're passing. They went 19 of 30.
Yeah, and that kid, Jaron Williams, I think his name is. But
yes.
But he's a freshman. He got the job over Tate Martell, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Florida they showed some weaknesses in that game, of course. Miami showed some weaknesses.
Right.
It was an ugly game, but
it is the first game, so
it's the first game of the season. So
anything can happen in college, boys.
That is true.
The biggest upset in history, or
could have an Appalachian versus Michigan, or
Hey man, I can't
Auburn versus Alabama kind of game. But
just can't wait to see more games.
Yeah, I'm excited for that this weekend for sure.
Make sure if you're in the DFW area, go to the AT&T Stadium and watch the Auburn and Oregon game.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a good one to go watch.
Yeah, that
I
actually
guess
would be.
Yeah.
But I think that concludes our football segment.
Yep.
Moving on, Premier League.
This is Gus's segment, kind of.
Yeah, so I'm just going to be going over 2 big games this weekend that happened, and I'll also talk about Man City. Biggest game of the weekend was the biggest game that everyone watched and was shocked by was Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. I myself am a Man U fan. It was tough to watch. Daniel James, he didn't look too good. Of course, he missed the penalty with Rashford. Refs missed some calls where they should have been penalties, but I'm not going to get into that. It was probably towards the end where I think I was starting to lose my mind because Daniel James, of course, scored the equalizer in the 89th minute. Then right after that, 4 minutes later, Van Aanholt hits a game winner, and Crystal Palace gets their first win in Old Trafford since 1989.
Wow.
So it hurts, but I mean, this is all part of the process. So we're just going through a weird transition period on the team for sure. Um, moving on, Newcastle versus Tottenham. Newcastle obviously have had a lot of hype. They got a new owner of the team, of course. I think it's Saudi Arabian prince, so they have a lot more funds in the team.
A prince? Wait, like
Mhm.
like the actual prince?
Like an oil prince.
Oh, okay.
Um, purchased the team, of course, so now they have a lot more funds, and they made a lot of big signings, like Alan St. Maxim or Joe Ellington,
Yeah.
and they've looked a little sluggish in the first 2 weeks, but playing against Tottenham, they looked amazing. Joe Ellington with a goal, I think in the 36th minute,
Mm-hmm.
put up Newcastle 1-0, stayed the same for the rest of the game, and Newcastle pulls off the upset against Tottenham, your runner-ups for Champions League. Just gives them a loss. So
Wow.
I think that about covers it for
That's soccer.
for Premier League. It was a pretty entertaining weekend. But finally back to something that we can both talk about.
Yep.
The
Back to
MLB.
American sports.
This is the Mets segment,
Oh God.
as we always talk about. Mets 2 games behind
Mets
for the
magic.
wild card spot. The Miracle Mets have not been given too many miracles
Yeah.
lately. But this upcoming series might be the game changer. This
Mhm.
upcoming series, they are playing against the Cubs, who are in the second wild card spot
Right.
and who are 2 games behind. 3-game series. If we sweep the Cubs, we
You
could
could
possibly
take the lead.
get the wild card,
Yeah.
second wild card
This
spot.
is a big moment in Mets for the Mets season right here. Do you think you can do it, Gus? Do you think?
I don't know if we can. I mean, this team, we've looked a little weak. I mean, playing
Yeah.
against the Braves, we didn't look too hot. I mean,
Right.
I watched the game when we went to extra innings. We looked a little weak on some sides. Also, I don't know. It seems like Pete Alonso's somewhat slowed down. Of course, that's a home run derby champion, and I think second in the MLB for home
Oh
runs.
my God.
Rookie of the year.
Well, if Joey didn't
Soon to
get
be.
hurt, he would be in the lead.
Okay, pal.
Yeah, pal. Yeah, what happened?
But yeah. So they're right behind the Cubs, and hopefully they can get their sweep.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. Let's see. You know, the Yankees have been kind of a disappointing team, or disappointing, but like they haven't won in the playoffs. Is this their year to make World Series?
Yankees have the right rotation. They have the right
Right.
pitching staff and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they're built for the World Series. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate on the Yankees
Yeah.
or anything. But there's something about this team that just doesn't settle with me right.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you have Tommy Kahnle in the bullpen. You have,
Right.
of course, Aroldis Chapman,
Yeah,
one of the best lefties.
they have the right pieces. I just don't know what it is.
You got a good rotation. I
Mhm.
mean, you got Ottavino also in the bullpen.
Mhm.
Of course, this team's been plagued with injuries, but they've obviously
Yeah, they're
pulled through with it.
Basically, at 90 wins, they're 4 away.
And no one's really talking about them because they're
Yeah.
just dominating so much.
Mhm.
I watched the Yankees versus Seattle last night, and
Yeah.
they looked amazing.
Yeah.
So, but
Sorry, they won't be amazing when I go to the game. When I watch them,
okay.
we're gonna beat them.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, bub.
But,
Also, the Twins. The Twins are a good, solid team this year.
Twins are a team where they're amazing defensively,
Yeah.
which shocks me. And of course, one of the best home run hitting teams in the league.
Well, in baseball nowadays, that's usually how you win games is in shifts. And nowadays, like everybody comes in or out, left, right.
I mean, you got a good pitcher in Jose
Yeah.
Barrios with that team. You got Byron Buxton, an amazing center fielder who can defend well. You have, of course, Nelson Cruz, who's having still a great year somehow.
Yeah, he's still a great slugger.
I mean, Eddie Rosario, of course, and then Max Kepler, both slugging as usual.
Mm.
So it's looking like a solid team, and it's weird seeing a Twins team succeed so much without Joe Mauer.
I miss Joe Mauer. That man was a beast.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
I miss him too.
Definitely a Hall of Famer.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all I got to really say about the Twins.
Yeah. The Indians, obviously, that's a team that I think people should watch out for. That's a
They're
that's
always
a
a
team that
team.
can make it all that can make it all the way.
I mean, they have like 3 years ago against the Cubs,
but
but
yeah.
I mean, of course, you got Francisco Lindor,
Yeah.
constant perennial reigning MVP, or not reigning MVP, but always a runner-up.
Mhm.
You got Jose Ramirez at third, who's just a beast. You got, of course, Kluber. They traded away a couple people. I know they traded away Bauer.
Mhm.
They got Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, Puig. No, that was the Reds.
Yeah, the Reds traded him to Cleveland for Trevor
I
Bauer.
need to keep up with stuff.
They got Franmil Reyes now from I think from San Diego, and that man can slug.
Yeah.
So
I guess they have the offense.
oh no, yeah, they definitely got the offense, and of course Santana too.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't think the Indians will make it past the conference championship
But they can.
or the ALCS.
And I think that's the dark horse.
Oh no, they always
AL.
are, but I don't know if they can make that step
I mean,
again.
it's either them or the Astros. I mean, the Astros really haven't showed us. I mean, they're a good team, but they haven't showed us like, hey, watch out for them.
Astros have showed me a lot. I mean, sure, Jose Altuve isn't having one of his years that we would expect from Jose Altuve, but I mean, George Springer's still playing well. I mean, you still got Carlos Correa, of course.
That fly, dude.
I know this fly. Of course, you got a great starting rotation. Of course, with like Verlander. Cole.
See, Verlander has a thing. Like he kind of shows up and shows down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and then
he's had a lot of showdowns.
A guy who's an MVP candidate in Alex Bregman, a great third baseman, who I said 3 years ago is going to be an MVP candidate one day, or at least an MVP winner. And so far, I've predicted right.
Look at you.
So.
Yeah, man. I mean those are the two teams that I would watch out for. That's just me.
I'd watch out for the Cardinals. Cardinals dominated.
Shout out Peyton Peterson.
Or did they dominate or did they get dominated? I forgot. But I mean,
it's usually being dominated.
Cardinals are a pretty good team. You got, of course, DeYoung, who's still on that team.
Yeah.
You got Goldschmidt, who we talked about a couple of months ago when he signed the contract.
Yeah, their last 10 games they're 8-2. So I mean they're balling right now.
Mhm.
So, I mean I guess if they just keep it up, get their mind straight.
I don't think Cardinals will make it to the World Series.
No.
I don't think they have the type of build.
And I don't think the Dodgers, they won't make it to the World Series.
I think they'll make it.
Seriously?
It's the Dodgers.
I mean, yeah, but they don't.
They're so well built.
God.
But
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
But
God, nothing's working.
The Dodgers are so well built.
Yeah.
And of course you got a great starting rotation with, now Ryu, you have Bueller, you have Kershaw. And then of course you got
Kershaw, man, he's choker.
But you also got the NL MVP candidate, Cody Bellinger, on your team. So I mean, I think Dodgers will make it to the World Series.
Yeah.
And Max Muncy too. That's pretty nice. But
does that conclude baseball?
I think that concludes the show.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure why don't y'all go ahead and comment down below what y'all think of Andrew Luck retiring. Give us your comments, whatever. Who do you think is going to make it to the World Series? If you enjoy soccer, let us know what you think about soccer. Oh, yeah, so just let us know what you think in the comments down below, and we'll try to read some during the show, possibly, and whatever. So, yeah, we'll see you later.
Yep.
God. What was that, dude?
I hope they